All right, so we are live, and I'm so excited about today. I'm gonna give people a chance to kind of come in. Let me know if you guys are hearing a little bit of an echo or if I sound okay. I can unplug this if I need to. Make sure my other volume is down. That would be why. Maybe that was the echo I was hearing.
Okay. And I have beats if I need to use these.
Okay.
You think that'll be better? Or
Well, you actually sound fine to me right now, so I think we're good.
Okay.
All right, so as the people are coming in, make sure you guys hit the like button for more of these videos. I have been watching your story for a while now, and I've been sitting back jealous, okay? Yes, one of the people I be jealous about, like, I wish I would have did some things differently, but it's been so inspiring, and so I wanted to do this because we see you on Instagram, but we don't get a chance to really, like, hear
here, yeah.
You know what I mean? And it just makes a difference to hear. And I hope that, this will spark people's motivation back and all of that stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into it so we can get started. Good morning, everyone. Thank y'all so much for coming on for our, you know what? I drank my coffee already. We're supposed to have some coffee.
And I'm not even
I'm already hyped, so we don't really need any coffee for what you're about to talk about. I just want to say congratulations. If you guys do not know who this is Dumping That with Kesh, and I am just in awe of you. She has been successful. Was it 16 months you eliminated $86,000 of debt?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just making sure I say it right. She has eliminated over $86,000 worth of debt in 16 months. So I don't know about y'all, but that's a year and 4 months. A year and 4 months ago, I was still struggling. So the fact that you were able to do all of that in such a short period of time is absolutely amazing. So just tell us a little bit about yourself.
A little bit about me. I'm Keisha. Everybody calls me Kesh. My mom calls me Keisha. Makisha is my government name. I have so many, but Keisha's good. But I'm in Texas. I'm a nurse. First person in my family to go to college. So off top, just wasn't prepared for what that meant, So I got my bachelor's in nursing. So I came out of nursing school at 21. And I got my first big girl job at 21. So automatically I'm like, I'm rolling. Let me go buy a car. Let me go do this. Let me go on vacation. Let me do that. And my student loans were there, and I was just ignoring them. Like, they'll be there. I'll get to them. Nobody's paying these student loans off. Like, I'm not going to worry about that right now. So I worked for a few years, went back and got my master's in nursing, got more student loans. And it wasn't until I graduated with my master's that I realized, okay, now I have $66,000 in student loans. And they're knocking at my door wanting $900 a month. And I'm like, I don't have it. So it was in December 2017 that I was finally like, okay, like I have to figure out how I'm going to come up with this money to give these people these minimum payments. And that was on top of a car loan, on top of rent, on top of utilities and everything. It was just scary because I was like, I don't have it, and I don't want them coming after me, garnishing my wages. I don't want the consequence of what happens if I don't go ahead and handle up on this. So it was that fear of, I don't have it, what am I going to do? That really made me be like, I got to do something.
So, okay, so the fear is what drove you. And nothing really just kind of clicked. It was almost like, I don't want them taking my coin.
Pretty much. And I mean, that was pretty much it. And I got on YouTube, I found a couple of people that had actually paid off their student loans. And I do have a couple of sorority sisters that told me about Dave Ramsey. They were following the plan, but it was just like, I don't want to live like that. Initially, mm-hmm. I was like, I don't want to do that. So it took me a while to actually get on board. But once I read Total Money Makeover, I read the book, and learning about the debt snowball method is what actually made me think, okay, this is achievable. I can do this. So initially, because I had never made a budget before until December 2017. Like, I would just pay my bills, and whatever was left, I just spend it because, hey, it's there. I can spend it. It's mine. I earned it. But made my first budget, and that's when I was like, okay, well, I do have some left over. Like, what am I doing? Where has this been going the whole time? So initially, after reading about the debt snowball method, I thought it was going to take me about 3 years to pay everything off. That was my original timeline. So I was like, well, 3 years is not bad, but what can I do to make this faster? And then I just start running numbers and looking at things, and it just went from there.
Wow. So basically you kind of adjusted your whole lifestyle.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, because you went from like a 3-year plan to knocking it down to 1.5. Like,
1.5, right. Yeah, I moved. I was in a duplex. Like I moved back into a 1 bedroom apartment. Like I paused my 401k. I just cut every expense that I could, like my phone bill, went to prepaid, just everything that I could find to save $1.
yeah.
And then I worked a lot more. At first, I was working salary just like Monday through Friday, but then I went back to shift work and I started working 12-hour shifts. So when I say all I did was work, that's all I did.
Wow.
And I was used to just getting up and going and doing stuff when I wanted to. So that was a hard part of just saying, well, you're not gonna do this. You're just gonna go to work, and it's just me. So I was used to just getting up and going, but it was just working home.
Yeah, that's a really big two things is sacrifice and commitment.
Yeah.
That you made. And do you mind sharing how old you are?
I'm 28.
Okay. So baby girl ain't even made it to 30 yet. Okay. No kids. I'm putting this out there for the men out there, in case they're looking for somebody. She's a good one. But no, seriously. So you have no kids. It's just you. You have a master's degree in nursing.
Nursing education.
Nursing education, and you took the leap. I'm just like I'm repeating it because that's like amazing, especially at your age, to say I'm going to stop living my best life, quote unquote, and take control of my finances so that I can live my best life forever.
Later, yeah. I just stopped everything dead in its tracks. Like it was because I graduated.
Uh-oh. I think I lost you. Okay, I lost her, but we'll give her just a second to come back. Like, I'm just sitting here in awe. Like, I got questions to ask, but like I am just in awe of this young lady, like 28 and doing it. Like that's amazing. That's really, really amazing. So let's just see. She's gonna come back. Let me see. Gotta love technology, right? I hope you all are having a great morning, and I hope this is like really motivating for you because I'm motivated and I'm actually trying to see like what things I can do. So yeah, we finna get into this. Let me see. Okay, there she goes. There she goes.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't know.
You're fine. I told him, I said, you gotta love technology, especially on a Saturday morning.
Yes.
So Jessica, really quick here, we have Miss, I'm calling her Kesh. So we have Kesh here, and she's just telling us about her debt-free journey. She is actually debt-free right now. She has eliminated $86,000 worth of debt in a total of 16 months. So it's a thing. That's why she's here. So you were last just talking about kind of the things that you cut off and you had to eliminate, and I was just recapping
that. Okay, yeah. So one of the biggest things that I was real hesitant about As far as Dave Ramsey, I got on Dave Ramsey and I start learning more about the debt snowball method. I read Total Money Makeover, and I found a debt snowball calculator online. If anybody, I don't know if anybody's used it before, but it allows you to put in all your debts, and then it allows you to put in how much extra you think you can pay a month. So maybe it's $50 a month, maybe it's $500 a month, and that gives you a timeline of when you can expect all your debt to be paid off. So that was my biggest motivation to say, okay, well, if I can do such and such in this time, like how can I adjust this? And it really kept me motivated to see if I could, work harder and get it done quicker. And I felt like the quicker I could get it done, the quicker I could get back to living my life.
Right.
That's what made me push. That's really
wow. So did you have any setbacks or anything during this time frame?
The biggest one, well, 66 of it was my student loans, and I had my car loan that was $23,000. So that's what I paid off first. So paid off my car loan, and about 8 months after, I had a car accident and my car was totaled after I paid it off. So it was just like, now what? What do I do? That was the biggest thing. But I had my first car out of nursing school was an old Honda. So I just got back into that instead of getting a new car loan or worrying anything about that. So I'm driving my beater right now.
True, you driving a beater and ain't got no debt. I ain't mad at it.
Until I can save up for another one. But the old Kesh, I would have been back at the lot, like ready to pull off in something new, because that's just the mindset I had before. But if I can afford the payment, why not? But just thinking about making my money work for me and being able to invest later, it's
Wow. So 8 months after you paid your car off,
it was a done deal.
I saw it. I saw the pictures too on Instagram. I was like, oh my gosh, if that ain't Murphy's Law, oh, that's annoying.
It was over.
So yeah. So just kind of tell us what if you used any tools or anything that really helped you. I know you just talked about the spreadsheet that you used, but I mean, was there anything else that you used as well?
I did, because before I wasn't budgeting at all. So I downloaded the Every Dollar app. So I started doing a budget electronically. I remember watching you guys, and you guys would review the different budget planners that, probably over a year ago. So I started with, I think the Happy Planner budget planner, but now I use the Erin monthly deluxe like you guys use. And literally not even the monthly budget, that helps too. But like, since I get paid weekly, I go in every week and put at the top what's coming in and what I expect to come out of the paycheck that week. So I know exactly what's left over. So keeping up with my expense, tracking every expense. Like if I go get gas, I track it. If I go pay my water bill, I track it, just so I know exactly what's coming in and going out. That's been the biggest thing, keeping up with the budget for me. And what other tool? But between Every Dollar electronically for tracking, and then my budget planner for doing it weekly, is the two biggest things that help me know what's coming in and coming out.
Okay. And you did say you read the Total Money Makeover book as well.
Yep, I read the Total Money Makeover. Yeah, and it just has it outlines the baby steps: the saving the emergency fund, doing the debt snowball, which is your smallest debt to your largest debt, and then moving on to your larger emergency fund. And I kind of went back and forth between the debt avalanche and the debt snowball method, but I just found the snowball to be more realistic for me, because it just kept me motivated to keep seeing the smaller ones come down first.
Mm-hmm. I think that was kind of like how me and Shay started. That's actually how our conversation started in the first place. She was like, why are you doing it this way? Because I was doing the avalanche method, and I was just paying off, the highest interest and trying to get those out of the way. But I have found for myself that paying off the smaller ones actually did motivate me to keep going. And not just like give up on stuff, because I was like, oh, I got rid of this one. Oh, okay, I got rid of this one. And then I would get like bonus checks, and then I would just pay off, a whole one or whatever, a tax refund. I just pay off things, which helped me, and it made more sense for me. So I think what I'm hearing is like you kind of implemented both because your situation kind of called for both of them.
Exactly. So I think it just depends on the individual. Like I had 2 or 3 smaller student loans that were like one was 2,000, one was 3, and one was 5. But the way I saw it is I wanted to pay off my car first. I wanted to own it and be done with that. So I did pay off the car first, and I kept the student loans lumped at 66. So there was 23 on my car and then 66 on my student loans. But once I paid the car off, then I went to the debt snowball of the student loans. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. So like, what was one of your highest student loans that you had and interest rates?
What was my highest what?
What was your highest, well, I guess what was your highest student loan interest rate? That would be.
Oh, interest rate. It was about 8%.
Okay.
Because they were all federal.
Okay.
All ranged from like 4.5 to 8.5.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got some 9s. Oh my.
You got some 9s?
Yeah, I got some 9%. I'm like, ooh, shoddy. And the 9% is like one of the most, like is one of the highest ones.
Highest.
So even what I'm working on right now.
Yeah, they were all serviced through Great Lakes. So, and I would go in every week and make an extra payment so that if people are on the point of paying extra on their student loans, depending on who your servicer is, you can pay extra to principal only. So once I got to the point to where I was caught up on my interest, I was able to make my extra payments just to principal only. So that's something that makes a difference once you're caught up on the interest.
Okay, cool. Let me go back to my questions. I'm just like, I don't know, I'm just so in awe of you. Like, I admire, like, first of all, I admire other women that are like getting their stuff done, but then to know that you haven't even reached 30 yet, like, girl, you was doing it. So what would be some tips that you would give us to like keep us motivated? When, like, for instance, what kept you motivated after your car got totaled? Like, how did you keep going?
I was just like, I've put so much into it. Like, the time is going to pass either way. I might as well just stick to the plan and keep going with what I'm doing. Because that's what when people reach out, I say the time is going to pass either way. Just, you're not always going to have the motivation. You got to dig deep and find the discipline in those areas that you might be weak in. So before I was a spender. I was in everything. But now I'm more prone to saving just because I know what my end goal is. So just staying focused on the end goal, even when you do hit those times that you feel like you get knocked down and it's like, what's the point of coming back from it? Because that's how I was with that car. I was like, I didn't pay this much on this car. Like, I'm done. But just staying focused on the end goal. I did in my planner and just around the house, I kept a lot of visuals. So check, coloring in boxes when I made a payment. If you have kids, maybe making a craft with them that you guys can, complete together. So just visuals and stuff around the house so you can be locked in with what you're doing. Meal planning was good for me. Like, I would go through my pantry every week, see what I already had, make a meal plan for the week. So that way I wasn't coming home after a 12-hour shift, like, I don't have anything to eat,
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so you taught us to try for meal planning and stuff. Now, when you meal plan, did you then go to the grocery store before or after you meal plan?
After.
Okay.
So Sunday nights used to be, I was working 6 nights a week. So Sunday night was my night off. And I would check and see what I had in the pantry, make a list and go to the store and then come home and, plan out for the week exactly, with the meals that I was going to make. So going to the store with a list, not going hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what other things, I know, because we women, so, and I see you got a, short haircut. So what did you do about like your personal care and like, how did all of that work? I need to know. That's for myself, not a friend.
I'm a nurse. I came out of nursing school at 21, and throughout nursing school, I could never get my nails done. Like, and working in the hospital, I could never get it done. So I never got into them. So that's
why I'm not a nurse.
That's one thing that saved me. Like, if I have if I'm going to something with my sorority sister or something, I'll do press on nails. Like, that's the most I'll do. But I used to my natural hair was longer, and I used to get braids and take time to do my natural hair. But working like 60 hours a week, I didn't have time for my hair, so that's why I cut it. I did another shop so now I just go to the barbershop and I'm done.
Wow.
I couldn't even think of to save me time so I could go to work. I was doing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, child.
Yeah. And I'm a huge makeup junkie. So that was tough. I went all of 2018 without buying any makeup.
Oh, okay.
No, probably January to September. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I went through, deleted all the emails that I would get from Ulta and Sephora and Color Rain. I unsubscribed, unfollowed. And when it's not in my face, I don't feel it's led to, oh, let me go shop. Let me go check and see what's new,
Yeah.
Just unplugged from it. So, I mean, it's extreme, but, it worked.
Yeah, it worked because it was all about what you wanted, like what your end goal was, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, I'm finna, like, for real, this fly. I'm really trying not to be ghetto, but I got this right here because I'm ready to kill one. Oh, my God. Okay, let me mind my business. Okay, so you said something, and then I got what I was going to ask you. Shoot. But anyway, okay, so what do you plan to do now that you are debt free?
Now that I'm debt free, well, with the amount that I got back from my car being totaled, I was able to save my emergency fund that way, even though it wasn't what I paid. I'm still mad about that. It was a lot less, but I was still able to save that to the side because it came after I was fully debt free, so that helped. So now I am just saving for a down payment for a house. So I'm in the Central Texas area. Cost of living is low here, so I do expect to stay. So just gonna save up until I'm ready. I'm fearful of a house though. I'm just so used to renting and just calling somebody to fix something.
Yes,
It's gonna be a huge step. It's gonna be a huge step.
Yeah, I think that's honestly what has been. Now that like my credit score is right, I got my savings together.
Mm-hmm.
That's really my setback, because I'm like, I'm by myself. Like, who gonna do all this stuff if I get this house? Like, and I have my brother here, and I have my nephews. They can do stuff, but that's scary.
Mm-hmm.
That's scary. So I definitely can understand that. Are you gonna like take any trips or anything?
I am. My birthday's in July, so probably gonna take a trip for my birthday. Yeah. And before, I was a huge cruiser. We would go on cruises all the time. So I haven't been on a cruise in 2 years, which is huge for me. So hopefully in the fall or in the off season is when we like to go cruising because it's less expensive. I've always been frugal, but I would just spend.
Yeah.
I shop with coupons, and I usually didn't buy stuff until it was on sale. So I've always had that in me, but I don't know. Just seeing them wanting $900 for a student loan payment, I was just like, mm-mm.
That's too much.
I want to do that for 10 years,
Yeah, because they trying to get you girl for 7 right now.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
Yeah,
not right now.
You mentioned your credit score. My mom has always been frugal, and she let me get a credit card when I was 18. So I would put, when I was in college, I would put groceries on there and pay it off and stuff. So my credit score has always been good because I kept, good with my credit cards and stuff. But just reading through Dave Ramsey and things, I did close a lot of my like store accounts. So that did make my credit score go down. And even since I paid off my student loans, my credit score has gone down, but it's still decent. But I do still have 2 cards open because I want to keep that option of when I buy, when I get ready to buy a house. So
yeah,
I don't, I'm not big one way or the other on the whole credit score thing. So I'm not hardcore.
Yeah. I know that was like, it's a great debate amongst the Dave Ramsey community. And I know for me, I need my credit score to be a certain place in order to get the things that I need to have happen. Because I was actually trying to buy my brother's house last year. And my student loans are the reason why I couldn't get his house, because it was going to push my mortgage up to $1,300. versus it was supposed to be like 7 something when they were trying to take out some of my student loans. They like did some kind of calculation the guy was doing, the mortgage lender was doing, to try to see if there was a way I could defer them, something that they were trying to get me to do, and it was gonna lower my mortgage. And I was like, okay, I just can't commit to that right now. I'm comfortable over here, so I don't want to go and commit to this thing, and then I can afford it, but I wouldn't be living comfortably. And I still wasn't at a place where like my savings was where I wanted it to be, where like things were in place that I felt like I wanted to have in place before getting a house. I was just trying to move really quickly so that I didn't miss out on my brother's house, because I didn't want them to get rid of it either. Like, I really like their house. But that was like kind of my thing, or my reasoning for keeping up with my credit score. But I can definitely see, like, if you got the money, there's some ways around a lot of the things that they have put in place right now. Yeah, that's what they were trying to tell me. But it was like, because of the program that I was in, I'm explaining one of the questions over here. The program that I was in, I would have had to get out the program, and that would have been the last time I could have been in the program, if that makes sense. So I had to make a pimp decision, and I wasn't really on pimp duty at the time, so that's what happened. But yeah, so do you guys have any questions? Like, I'm gonna open up the floor so you guys can ask her whatever you want to ask her. I just wanted to get her on here and for us to get some motivation to see that it really can happen. Like, this is a real thing, because we hear about them, and we see the people on Dave Ramsey all the time, but having someone tangible say like, yo, like, I stopped doing this stuff for a year and a half. I took the commitment, I took the shot, and it happened. Like, to see that and to hear it, it just means so much more, and it helps you push even further. So I'm gonna open up the floor for some questions, and let's see if I missed any up here. Oh, someone said, did you still have spending money while you were on your journey?
I did. So I budgeted. I gave myself about $100, what I call in fun money. So if I wanted to get a coffee, or if I wanted to buy something for my planner, or whatever, press on nails or something, I gave myself $100 a month for
okay. Okay, so you didn't completely like cut yourself off like cold turkey. You gave yourself room.
Because I feel like I was so obsessed with my numbers. I feel like if I would have had a setback as far as dipping into something else, it would have discouraged me. So I had to give myself a little bit of breathing room to be able to stay motivated,
Yeah, that's big, because that's the burnout that happens. And all it takes is one thing to go wrong, and you like, you know what, forget this.
Forget it. It's done. Like, the month is over. Scrap it.
I quit this month. This month is canceled. Currently, I think I canceled May for myself, because May was like, I was like, really? We just go keep really? Okay, enough, really? Like, okay, I quit May. But I totally understand that. And you have to make sure you take care of yourself and give yourself room to breathe, because if you don't, again, that is demotivating. Let's see. I'm coming. Oh, she you can tell them exactly how much you paid off, girl.
I paid off $88,197.41. Burned in my brain.
Woo, child.
$23,000 was a car loan, and $66,000 was student loans for a bachelor's and a master's in nursing.
Ooh.
And my undergraduate degree was $45 just by itself. I went to Baylor. It's really expensive school. And I just coming out of school, high school at 18, trying to go to school, trying to be the first to do it and do it the right way. And we just didn't know any better.
Yeah. Now, did you get any scholarships or anything when you got out of school?
I did. I had some scholarships, need-based scholarships, merit-based scholarships, but Baylor now is like tuition and fees is like $58,000 a year for undergraduate. Yeah.
But that's in state, ain't it?
Yeah, it's the largest private Christian university. So yeah. No, don't, yeah. If I have them, my kids will not be going. Also,
It's a good school. You know, I know it's a good school.
it is.
I know that. But goodness gracious.
It was in my hometown. Like, I wanted to leave. It's just me and my mom. Mom was raised as the only child. So she wanted me close. And it was in my hometown. So that was our compromise. But had I known now what I knew, yeah.
Wow. Oh, girl, that guy. I hope the parents on here heard that and are listening, because we do want our kids to go to the best of the best schools, but even still, even with scholarships,
even with grants of, you know, because my mom was low income, even with all of that, I still had to take loans out to make the difference. So school choice and just working, applying for those scholarships, hundreds, you might get one, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah. Okay, so someone asked, so knowing what you know now, what would you do different as far as college?
I definitely would have either gone to a community college for the first 2 years and then applied to a nursing school at a state school.
Now that makes sense, because okay, so you would take your prereqs and all that stuff at a community college, and then go to the big school to finish up the nursing your requirements, and sometimes that push you at a faster track depending on what community college you go to, right?
Exactly. So with nursing, there's an associate's degree program, and then there's a bachelor's degree. So basically, if you have your associate's or your bachelor, you're an RN either way. So it's just the school choice. I would have started at a community college and then got my bachelor's, you know, and cash flowed it.
Wow. That's something we need to like put that somewhere. That is something to seriously think about for fields like that, where you can do your prereqs that you would normally, because that helps accelerate you too.
Exactly. So
yeah, I hope any parents that are on here or anyone thinking about going back to school, that's definitely a good one. I didn't know that if you had an associate, you'd still be an RN as well.
Yeah.
Wow. I might need to go back just for a little bit. Because, you know, in my head, I think I really think that I'm a doctor, but, you know, that's because I think I've been certified through my visions of watching TV and stuff.
Watching Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, Grey's Anatomy, 10 years in. I'm just saying, I really think I'm, a degree, but it's a thing. So someone said, I totally agree. I went to business school and should have just went to a community college to save money. This is a good talk, because we harp a lot on, picking the best school and making sure you go somewhere that's accredited. But does that really matter once you kind of get into your field?
Exactly. An RN from a community college or a state school compared to an RN from Baylor, you have the same degree, you have the same credentials. Some fields it may matter, but not $60,000 worth of tuition and fees. Not that much.
No. I can't see that.
Nah.
I'm like, because that's kind of wow. That's a lot. That's a whole lot of. Ooh-wee. And that's just tuition and fees. That's not including like if you were getting your meal plan or staying in a dorm. Child. Okay. Someone else asked, did you work while in nursing school?
I did work study, so I worked on campus, yeah. But I was a nurse for 6 years before I started this journey. I worked because I told you I graduated from nursing school at 21, and it wasn't until 2017 that I did my bachelor's and then I did my master's. Okay. So it wasn't until after I did my master's that I started the journey.
Okay. So wait, your master's degree was actually cheaper than your, which is usually
I got it at a state school because
I was like, because usually your master's ends up costing a little bit more. Yeah.
A bit better the second time around.
Yeah. Accreditation matters if you want to. Oh yeah. We really need to inform students of the benefits. We really do. Like, we should definitely have some sort of chat about the benefits of community college. And I think for me, it was a big stigma on community college versus going to I went to IU, and we had a place called Ivy Tech Community College that you could go to as well. But it was almost as though you were lesser if you went to the community college and not went to the big school.
Exactly.
But understanding it in a different light, which is what you just showed me today, if that's the route that I'm trying to go and I'm trying to save money and probably, like I said, accelerate a little bit quicker, community college first and then going to your 4-year school for 2 years would make more sense. Wow.
Yeah. And you, I mean, coming out of high school, you're not thinking about it. So that's where we have to come in and as mentors and as people who have been through this and lived it firsthand and know what it could be, you know, to try to speak to them and let them know there's other options.
Yeah. So. I'm getting ready to talk to my mentees coming up in August about, you know, school options and student loans and stuff like that. And this just blessed me because I know a lot of them, some of them, their grades aren't where they need to be, right? And so we know a piece of paper behind your name takes you a little bit further these days. And even if it's just an associate's degree, and I don't mean just, but an associate's degree will get you in the door a lot quicker than not having anything. But to know that there's going to be some options and to make community college not look like this blur or this stain on you that you weren't good enough for a school, but to take it as I'm making plans for my future.
This is my stepping stone.
Yeah.
Because the general prerequisites are gonna go just as far. For a lot less money. A lot less.
Wow.
And luckily I knew I wanted to be in the medical field. I kind of wanted to help people. So, you know, I was able to get through it and I did it quickly. But some of us come into college and change our major 2 or 3 times and not really know what we want to do. So that's even more time and more money, you know. So if we can just, you know, give them a little bit of guidance, they can avoid what we had to.
Yes, because baby girl went to school. I was supposed to be a teacher. And me and kids just didn't get along. So can't be a teacher. So I had to change my major. But in doing so, I ended up having to do summer school, having to, you know, the prereqs that I had took before I got to college were all geared towards education stuff.
Yeah.
So I had to go back and start, I was on a whole nother path because you have a BS and you have a BA, and I was all the way on somebody else's BS, and here I am needing a BA. So your girl was all over the place for a while, but you know, I graduated in 4 years, but the amount of student loans that I had, because my dad got audited, all of that stuff played a really big part into why I'm where I'm at right now, because I have my student loans, but then I still have, like, my parents still have student loans, and I went to a state school, but I don't know. I think I got the max back every time. So
yeah.
It was supposed to cost maybe $5,000 a semester, and
you just like, give me here, I'll take it, because we're not thinking like we gotta pay this back. It's just like they're giving it to us. So yeah.
Woo. Let's see. I'm looking for any more questions or anything. Debt-free college degree is supposing how much? Okay, we'll have to look into that. She said there's a debt-free college degree symposium.
Oh.
Yeah. And I think, you know, I encourage everyone. I encourage especially, you know, girls and guys and stuff to, you know, give it an opportunity to go out of state. I mean, not out of state, but out of your hometown.
Yeah.
Just to get the experience, even if you have to come back, but just to get that experience of kind of being away and on your own, because you don't really know. And I feel like during college is a good time to do that, where you still have a good cushion of kind of being a kid and being an adult, so you don't really have to do a whole lot. But also consider there's community colleges in most places that have a college. There's usually a community college somewhere close.
Yeah.
So, you know, definitely think about that as well for choices. Man, you just really blessed me today, girl. I'm like ready to go rewrite my little thing I had together for them. So I'm gonna have to make sure I do that, because that's so important. Like, thinking about your financial future is not just about, you know, how much it costs to go to school, but also put in a perspective of my track. Like, how can I eliminate the amount of debt I come out of school with?
Mm-hmm.
And thinking about your academia, like that's, girl. Yes, thank you for sharing that. Is there anything else you would have did differently?
Not bought a brand new car. Yeah.
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 I don't think I'll do that again.
I'm there. I'm there with you. This would be, my car would be my last one until it just don't want to do right no more. My car broke down and my brother said, we can keep fixing this one, or you can go get another one and we'll try this again. So I'm here, I'm trying it again, but I decided that, you know, I needed the car I was in was like horrible on gas and stuff like that. So now I'm in a more fuel efficient car, but my goal is to pay it off in 3 years. And so I'm kind of on track to do that. If I quit letting other stuff happen, I'm actually got something coming up that I'm trying to do that's going to interfere with me paying it off, but I'm still going to get back on track to paying it, you know, and this just motivated me to like take my time, but to do what I want to do to like make it better for me.
Make your plan for you.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's when people reach out, they you know, I tell them about the Total Money Makeover, and it's I understand that I paid it off quickly, but I don't want people to focus on how fast it was because demographics are different. It's just me. People have different obligations, you know, but the overriding factor is just finding all your debt, making a plan, and just saying that I can commit to this and I can do it. Because once you say that, you're going to do it. If you set your mind to it, you're going to do it. So that goes for anybody.
Absolutely.
So investing, my 401k is still paused right now. I'm ready. I don't know. I need to get it started again. I need to roll over a 401k to an IRA. That stuff is just so another level of adulting. That is like,
ooh, tell me about it.
So I'm reading a book about mutual funds and index funds and all of that, and it's just that's a whole nother thing. But it's necessary. It's so necessary because $1 today is not going to be what $1 is worth when we can finally retire.
At all. And that's one of the biggest things that I'm finding now just by talking to a lot of baby boomers. Like some were kind of prepared, but a lot of them weren't. And a lot of them had these jobs that they got laid off from, and they had good severance packages. Some of them did, but some of them didn't. And now they're sitting there and still having to work, you know, at 65, they're still working.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is all stuff I like want to make sure that I'm, you know, aware of.
Bringing attention to.
Yep. Okay. Do we have any more questions, you guys? I know it's a Saturday when people be trying to get on the move, but I really just had to have you on here. Like, I just had to. Like, I paid attention to your posts and I watched them. I big upped you. Like, go girl. You know, and it's especially good for me to see another woman of color doing it and making strides. And I share this with my nieces and stuff. Like, you don't have to do, you know, everything else that everybody else is doing. Take another path. So I'm definitely going to be sharing your story with them so they can follow you. Let's see. I'm at your bank. Oh, okay. I'm late coming in. How long did it? They want to know how long it took you to pay off your debt.
It took me 16 months to pay off $88,000. And I did have some in savings. I don't know if I mentioned that in the beginning.
Oh yeah. So how did you do your savings during that time?
So that's the whole thing. So with coming out of nursing school at 21, I was working and spending money, but I was saving. So I started my journey in 2017. So from that 6 years that I was working as a nurse, I was able to save $20,000. I did have $20,000 in my savings.
Wow.
I took $18,000 of that and put it on my debt.
Okay.
In February. I started my journey in January 2018. I did it for a month, made a couple extra payments. And then at that time I was like, all right, well, you're doing it. You just got to go all in. So I took that and left a baby emergency fund of 2,000, and I put my savings onto my debt.
Onto your debt. Which, I mean, that makes complete sense. And I think that's one of the things in Dave Ramsey's book as well is, you know, after you have your emergency fund, we want to keep saving. You know, it's not a bad thing. But if you have debt, then why not pay your debt off than having the money just sitting there, like waiting on your emergency? But that's what your emergency fund is supposed to cover. So, yeah.
So I know 1,000 is, you know, everybody's family size, everybody's commitments are different. If you want to have, you know, a month of expenses versus just 1 or 2,000, you have to do what, you know, what you feel with. And I was okay with $2,000 because it was just me.
Yeah. I love that, girl. I'm so proud of you. Like, I am so proud of you. I can't wait to see what. Are you thinking about becoming LPN?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nurse practitioner.
Oh, a nurse practitioner. I've thought about it. I've always worked with kids, so I've always been a pediatric nurse. That's what I'm still doing now. So I could be a pediatric nurse practitioner, but I do some clinicals. So for nursing students that are going through nursing school, I do clinicals for them when they do their clinical hours. So that's what I got my master's in education for. But maybe I don't want to go to school though.
That's how I was just saying. I mean, because you done paid off your debt now. It's like, okay, what else do I do?
Cash flow it if I want, you know. But
yeah,
I'm good for right now. I still have time to think about it.
You do. You have lots of time, girl. You have lots of time. I just want to say, like, enjoy your time. Just keep sharing your story. Like, please keep sharing your story and keep giving us advice and tips and, you know, keep us updated because we know you paid off debt, but like in a year, I'm gonna have you back on here and see if you feel debt free because you know we'll get debt free and then we'll come back and be undebt free.
Yes, it's a thing. It can happen.
Yeah.
Next slide.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Well, if there aren't any more questions, oh wait, there is one. Do you feel like what's next now? Oh, okay. She asked, do you feel like what's next now since you have paid off your debt? Like you have that feeling of like, what's next?
I'm following the baby steps. I really am committed. So the emergency fund is there, saving for a house. My mom didn't have a house. We always lived in apartments. So just the thought of having a house is just it's kind of overwhelming to me. So I do want to focus on go ahead and getting that and really understanding what goes into it and maintenance and warranty and insurance and all that. So I'm just learning it as much as I can about becoming a homeowner. That's what I'm really focused on right now because I haven't had any experience with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that because my parents, when they purchased their house, was so long ago that I ain't learned nothing.
Yeah,
you know, and it was because it was the climate was different then. So you just went and got a house. Like you wanted a house, you went and got a house. Now it's like, oh, you want a house? Oh, okay. Let me walk you through these 15,000 steps.
Yes.
Said house.
Just learning more about investing and what, the details about a 401k and IRA and mutual funds and index funds and just trying to make the best decision for myself instead of, letting someone else tell me where to put my money. Because if I'm, working for it and I want to be able to know, what it's doing and not just go off of somebody's word. I've educated myself about everything else. I might as well take the responsibility to know, to know what I'm doing about it.
Yeah. Okay. So do you have a motto or if you could leave us with something that we could say, this is her, this is Kesh. Like what would we say?
What would we say about Kesh? I don't know. When I set my mind to something, I get it done. I have a twinge of an obsessive personality about me. So when I set my mind to something, it just gets done.
So set your mind, get it done.
Get it done. Yeah.
There we go. We got it. Set your mind and get it done. I like that. And just do it. Just do it.
Just do it. Yeah. Just make a plan. No matter how long it takes, no matter how many times you get tripped up, just make a plan and keep rolling. Because the time is going to pass one way or the other.
I love that. The time is gonna pass one way or another, so figure out which side you want to be on.
Yeah.
Like you keep spending this year, or you can say, you know, start paying off your debt this year.
Mm-hmm.
Either or.
Either or.
Yeah. Your choice. All right, girl. Well, thank you so much for joining us here on my channel. I love you in real life because you are just an inspiration to me, and I'm gonna continue to watch your story, like I said, and I'm here for it. Thank you so much for just taking time out to want to share with us. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, you guys. So we're gonna get off of here. If you guys have any questions, just put them down there, and they can follow you. You go ahead and tell them where they can find you at. I'm
on Instagram, Jumping Dead with Kesh.
And you'll see her cute little face right there. It's so cute. So you guys make sure you go follow her on there. And I did tag her in my stories. If you guys are looking for her, you can find her on Instagram, and it's Jumping Dead with Kesh. So, all right, you guys. I will see you in our next one. Mwah! KK, bye.